So, good day. Welcome to all. Today, I will be discussing how I created my Pecha Kucha and the improvements I've made to be efficient in creating one. So, also, I will be displaying the differences in methods to ensure the time efficiency. So, the main objective is to show you guys if I can create one Pecha Kucha in less than half a time on what I spent than the one I previously made. So, to do that, the steps have been enumerated to see the different approaches that I used. So let's go to the methodology. So in the previous Pechakucha that I created, which was 2 months ago, um, the first step that I made was to read the material and get the necessary key points and details. So it took me around a day to do it. So in the new Pechakucha that I made recently, I have done the same first step, which is reading the material and gathering the important details. However, I plan to do both activity at the same time and reduce the step into only 10 to 11 hours. So in the second step of my previous Pechakucha, um, the second step was to rehearse the summarized detail for 1 to 2 hours. So I made sure that every detail can be explained for 20 seconds using stopwatch or timer which is used as a guide. So however, in the new Pechakucha, I skipped this step since there is no need to rehearse the summarized detail. So the summarized detail was also written in the notepad or MS Word and it was used as an explanation guide. So in the third step of my previous Pechakucha, I was able to prepare the presentation. I made sure that using PowerPoint, I was able to create 20 slides. Each has a timing of 20 seconds. And I did the presentation for 2 hours. So in my new Pechakucha, I was able to prepare the presentation quickly since I used my previous Pechakucha as a template and included some of the previous images which correlates to what I'm discussing, and it took me only 1 hour to do it. So in the fourth step of my previous Pechakucha, I prepared the video using OBS Studio as well as the phone as my camera. So as I was able to do both the demo and the video itself for around 2 hours. I also used slideshow in PowerPoint as my video. So, however, in my new Pechakucha, I was able to reduce time by converting the PowerPoint into an MPEG video to see the timings, and my notepad acted as my guide sheet when discussing. So, I also used the same materials such as OBS and my phone. So, in the fifth step of my previous Pechakucha, um, I edited the video in less than an hour since there are times that I stutter in the video as well as some mild mistakes while I'm taking the video. But in my new Pechakucha, there is no need to edit my video since there's a guide that I'm following while I'm taking the video, which resulted to less mistake and stutter in my end. So in the last step of my previous Pechakucha, I was able to refine and publish my video using YouTube as well as submitting the link in the Blackboard. So back then, I was using 10 Mbps DSL of PLDT and I submitted everything in 1 hour. So, however, in my new Pechakucha, I only took 30 minutes in publishing my video using YouTube as well as submitting all the link that it provided in Blackboard. So now I am using a 75 Mbps fiber of Converge as my internet service provider. So in conclusion, I was able to make my previous Pechakucha in almost 2 days. Some reasons that took me a while to create the entire video was because it was my first time creating a Pechakucha back then. I had to research on how to do it, and I was clearly attentive to detail when I created my previous Pechakucha. But on my new Pechakucha, since I am more experienced and had done several Pechakuchas, so it was easier for me. Moreover, it was very convenient for me to do the new Pechakucha because I was able to manage everything perfectly, in my opinion, since I was able to utilize the previous Pechakucha and made it as a template. Also, I have everything prepared and organized before I start creating my new Pechakucha, as well as skipping some steps that made the previous Pechakucha take a lot of time. So this made my new Pechakucha creation very time efficient. So I think the best thing that I learned in creating Pechakucha is that I was able to apply the effective management functions. With thorough planning, organizing, as well as controlling, I was able to reduce the time of the creation. And this concludes my improvement in Pechakucha creation. I hope I made everything clear and understandable to those viewers, that I was able to apply my learnings in engineering management. Thank you and have a good day.